Okay,
Space,
so
I'm not able to. This one background and all, I'm not able to change. This first child only is working little,
yeah, okay,
and then nth child too. If I give also this fully background fully to getting changed. Sir.
okay. So go to your code.
I this one.
So okay, I will explain once again. I will explain this. Okay,
Yeah, okay.
you stop
This
sharing your screen. I
job,
will.
jobs alone I kept as the header, and then inside this three flex I did, sir. So, like
Okay,
three child, it will be like that. That
okay,
logo I kept as a SPG, and then content I gave you simply like what is there's the content, and then job code what is there I gave, sir. Like that three I made with same name, class name itself.
okay.
With
So
three.
yeah, I understand. Okay,
This like this I did, and
okay,
then this flex uplink only I'm not able to like.
okay. Yeah, okay.
Uh,
So you made a flex and give some gap on 30 pixel like that, right?
no sir, like justify content I gave
Okay,
space
then
between.
how do you make the white space in between the boxes?
Why and space between I gave this parent test I said no sir, three child are there, one parent, this
Okay, so
parent
you
I
gave
gave.
a child with this 30% or like that anything.
Child with a child I made a box, and then margin top I gave. I didn't give like anything like that.
Okay, so
But
okay.
space between I gave because of that itself it came like three divisions it came.
Yeah, okay, okay, that's cool. Okay,
Can you
so
see my code, sir?
yeah,
Or
your
it
phone.
is still
What?
hello, sir?
Yeah.
Can you see my code or it is still in that web page
Yeah, okay,
itself?
no problem. Today what I do, I just I will create this again, okay? So I didn't do this, no. So today I will create so that you can able to understand what mistake you did, okay?
Okay, okay.
So now we create this small session, okay? The small section. We create this so that you can understand how to create in a proper way like that, okay? Okay, so you stop the screen, I will start the code. So here, okay, so we'll start this web page tomorrow, okay? So no problem. So today we create the thing so that you can get some clear understanding how to create this. Okay, so the thing is, so here we have a three boxes, okay? So here we have a three boxes. So the three box, this one box contain three boxes. So each box has a child of this box, right? This is the parent. So this one child, this one child, this one child. So in the starting, basically it comes in a block. So once you change the parent to display flex, it should come into next to each other. The box should come like this, okay? So inside these things and all, we're going to use the nth child. I'm not going to use any class or I'm not going to add any class to the children's. Okay, we create using the nth child. So now we get into the project. So 8 p.m. I think this one. Yeah. Okay. So this is okay. Last time I created only the banner, so we want to create a job section. Okay. So we'll start the session. So I will open it my live server. Okay, so this is what we created so far. So now we want to create this section. So first thing what I do, I'm just go here and make a section tag. Okay, so section tag class name is called jobs. I'm going to give a name of job. Okay, so that's good. So second thing, I want to export these images. So export, I need this image. So I export and also this image and export. So here I put all the images. So this one is Apple, Amazon. Okay, what this one? This one is so okay. The same image for Amazon. So I'll delete this. Okay. So I just drag and drop. Here I want to create a new folder. Okay, because this both images for the section job section images. So I'm just going to create a job as a folder. Inside the job, I'm just going to drag and drop all the two images. So the Amazon image and the Apple image.
I
So
copied as SVG itself and I pasted in HTML code.
yeah, no problem. That's not a problem. Okay. So why it's actually this one is a banner. Why it's not okay, wait 1 minute. So I cannot give the folder like that. So I will just put here. Okay, so in the image folder we have banner folder. Inside the banner we have only two images, so you can export however you want. Okay, that's not a problem, but this is not a drawable. I think this is icon. I think okay, we can also able to get use in a, yeah, we can also export in a svg also, but no problem, we can export in png also, that doesn't matter. But like this kinds of image you only want to you can actually export as a svg, but this format is actually the png or jpeg. Okay, so only the vector images only we going to export as a svg. So this is actually a vector image, so we can able to export as a svg, but this is not an vector format, this is an image. Okay, so the girl is the one girl is appearing here. So this actually take this picture in a camera. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, so these three boxes have some content. Inside we have two buttons. Okay, so I'll come back to my code. Okay, we got the images here. Okay, everything is good. So first thing we want to put container. So the container takes a heading, right? So I'm going to use a h4 the jobs. Okay, so here I'm going to create one class. Okay, only the parent class. I'm not going to create any child class at all, the child one, child two, child three, like that way. I'm just going to have one parent class. Inside we're going to use the nth child. Okay, so not any other class things and all. So here I create some div here, this class called jobs wrapper, jobs wrappers. So here I'm going to create a div. So here we're going to have a three div. Okay, this is the children of the job wrappers. So inside this div I'm just going to create a one image. First thing I want to put the image. So this image is the job Amazon image. I think the first one is Amazon. Okay, so I've just put am here. So the second thing, so this I want to add this heading here. So this one is h3 takes a product designer. So the third thing, we need to put this Amazon Chennai, India. I'm just going to put it in a span tag here. So this is a paragraph. It's because it's wrapped in a two line. Okay, not in a one line. So that I'm using span there. So this takes a paragraph. So here I need added one is button and another one is a span tag. Okay, because this is not a button. So this is only having a clickable action. So here I'm going to create another div here. So this div takes a tag. This one is full time and another one is span tag. So span tag takes the price of the salary. Okay, so full time and the salary. So I make the structure like this way. Okay, I'll just copy and paste it for two more times. So this one is for Apple image. Okay, so this one is for Apple. I'm just going to change only the heading only because all the contents are same one. This one is UX research. Okay, user experience researcher. Okay, so everything is good here. Okay, so now I'll see the output here. Okay, so if you see, this is actually coming as a block level element. Okay, so everything is coming as a block level. So 1 2 3, we created three divs here. Okay, that's good. So that I change this job h4 to job h2. Okay, so that I'll get some bigger text comparing to this the inside headings. So I want to start a job sections. So here job section start so on as end. Okay, so here first thing I need to make a, I want to call the h2 here because I need some margin. So what I do, the jobs h2 margin bottom 50 pixel. Okay, so now I can have this margin inside in the bottom. So second step, what the second step, we want to make the job wrapper to display flex. So I copy the job wrapper and I paste it here. The job wrapper takes a display flex. What happened now? It all change to next to each other. Okay, I'll just inspect this. So if you see this three childs are now flex. Okay, so comparing to here, we got a 100% of width covered. Okay, because the container is now 100%, the container is actually 80% of width. So now the job wrappers going to check the container width only, not the browser width. So because it's wrapped inside the container, so the container is now 80% of the browser. So the job wrapper changed to the display flex so that it takes an equal amount of width inside this each child. So here we have two methods to do this. Okay, so one method is we can first we'll add the colors. Okay, so that first we'll add the colors. So job wrappers, direct div, I'm targeting that. I will teach you this direct div, how to target this one.
No, sir.
No, right? Okay, so before that we'll
No, sir.
okay, so we'll check this. Okay, so here I'm having a div. This one is what do target, we have a class of target. Okay, so here we have a paragraph. So this paragraph takes a lorem 10. Okay, so I'm going to have a 4 or 5 paragraph here. So here I'm going to make a, inside this paragraph I'm going to give you a div. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, so this we have a 5 paragraph here, so that 1 2 3 4 and 5, so one paragraph is only inside in the div tag. Okay, so if I want to target all the paragraph, I want to change the color of all the paragraph to red color. What should I want to do? How can I target this all the paragraph to change the color? How can I target?
Dot target P.
Okay, so we can target using like dot target paragraph, right? So that we can give the color called red color, so that now we change the black color to red color, so everything is okay. That's good. So what about the direct paragraph? So the target direct paragraph, what is that? So if I use to target the direct P here, okay, if I use to put the direct P here, we'll check which paragraph changed the color. Okay, if I come back here, you see this paragraph change, this paragraph change, this paragraph change, but inside div paragraph it doesn't change. Okay, so that is what the symbol represent. Okay, so what it's actually doing, it's going to check what is direct to this parent element. Okay, so this paragraph all direct to this parent element. So when you use this greater than symbol, so it's going to target only the direct element of the parent, not inside this. Now this div is direct element to this the target. Okay, so if I want to target the paragraph, I want to target direct div inside the paragraph. Okay, so for example, if I want to target the inside div paragraph, so I want to target direct div and P. So inside the direct div, we are targeting the direct div of the target. Inside what we have, the paragraph. So now it's only going to change the direct div paragraph, direct div paragraph only. Okay, so this is how these things are actually working. Now you understand how is this actually working?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, so in our case, so I will just keep it like this. So if you have any doubt, go and check it out. So in our case, so what is actually, now I will come back to I will back to the inspect. Okay, so job wrapper direct div is this one. Okay, so inside we have another div. So this is not the direct div, this is only the direct div. Okay, job wrappers direct div is only the 3 child. So I can target using the greater than symbol. Okay, so that now I'm going to target the dot job wrapper. I cannot able to target that div like this way. Okay, because why? Because I have another div inside to the this div. So now this also going to take as it's also going to change if I change the color. Means if for example, you see, if I give a background color to red here, okay, so now it's actually red color appear because the job wrappers have a three divs here. Okay, so this div, this div, this div got changed to the background color red. But if I open this inside div, this is also having the background color of red. Okay, this is not we want. This is not a good idea in our case. So what I am going to do, instead of targeting all the div inside the job wrappers, I'm just going to target the direct div. Okay, what inside next to that job wrappers, the div, I'm targeting that div only. So if I come back here, you see this div only now having the background color, but inside div is not having that color. Okay, you understand?
Yes, sir. Got it.
Okay, so super. So now what I want to do, I just now I change this to div to background color red. Okay, so if I come back here, so the basic things what we want in all three boxes means we need some padding. That's the basic thing. Okay, so that I'm just going to give a padding. I don't need a background. I'm just going to use a nth child to give colors and all. So for the padding to all side, I'm going to give a 25 pixels, so that now we can have a padding here. Okay, so each and every boxes have a padding now. So on second step, we want to add a margins. Okay, so what I'm just going to do, I'm just going to target only the two element h3 and the paragraph. Okay, why? I will say why. So if I target the job wrappers direct div h3 and job wrappers direct div paragraph, so I'm going to give you a margin. Top and bottom is 20 pixel, left and right is 0 pixel. Okay, so I don't want to target each and everything and want to give the margin bottom, margin bottom, margin bottom like this way. I can target only the h3 and paragraph, so that it's here I'm just doing margin top and margin bottom. So the both elements going to have a margin bottom and top spacing. Okay, so that if some people what they do, they target the margin job wrapper div images h3 span paragraph this one. Okay, so how they do means they do like this way. Okay, so I will make this command now. So job wrappers direct div images, and they give like this. Okay, the margin bottom 20 pixel. So now we have a margin for this. And what they do, they just copy and paste this and they change this here to h3. Okay, and they got the margin here. And what they do, they target the span here. Okay, so this is not a good way. Okay, you understand, right, what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so this is not a
Yes,
good
sir.
way of giving a margin, so that we know we need in between margin. So what we can do, so we can target the h3 and paragraph, so that in between we have a span and also the image. So if we target these two things to make a margin top and bottom, we can have the same gap. So it is very easy to do that thing. So we don't want to target all the things in our documents, right? So I just target the h3 and paragraph. So you can use the comma if some element have the same class property, means you can target using the comma, and you can call the class name here. You can target the element like this. It's going to apply for the both elements. Okay, so that's what I use the comma here. So now we have the margin bottom and top. So what is the second step? So everything is okay here. We want to change the color now. Okay, so the color. So what is this color? So this is some color code. So here I'm going to target the job wrapper. Okay, so if I target background color to this color, means we know that, so it's going to apply all the three colors. Okay, three box the same color. This is not we want now. So I just take this out. So dot job wrappers direct div first child. Okay, or nth child. So nth child 1 here, the first child. I give the background color of blue now. So now what is going to happen? It is only having the first color of background. So okay, so the second step, I would just want to copy this 2 times. This one is 2, this one is 3. So I'm coming back to my, this color is pink light. Here I copy and paste. So this is the white. So this one, and just copy and paste it here. So if I come back to my code, we have 3 colors. Okay, so the product, web developer, and UX user. So Asima, did you did like this way? Hello. Okay, so you there, Asima?
Your voice not audible right now. Before.
Okay, okay. Now it's okay, right?
Now it's okay.
Okay. Did like this way?
Sir, this first child for me it was working, sir, but other two childs only was not
Yeah,
working.
okay. I didn't give justify content now. I will say why that I didn't give that. Okay, I will say that.
Sir, one doubt for me, like a greater number symbol can be used only with the tags or it can be used along with the class names also,
You
sir.
can use it
And
like for a class name, or you can use it for the tag. You can use it for the ID, whatever you want. Actually, it's going to target the direct child of the what contains the parent. Okay, so this is the parent. Inside the parent, what is direct div? So this is the direct div. Okay, these three things are the direct div. This is not the directive. This directive is what this directive is actually directive of this directive, this div. Okay, so we have a job wrapper. So job, I'm targeting only the direct div, not the inside div. So this is the direct div.
okay, sir.
So what is this div then? So this is the direct div of this div. Okay, we'll target this now. We'll target this now because we want to make the changes to make to flex no to the button want to be a flex now. So the span and the button. So now you understand how to do this, right? So to change the color, how to target the nth child like this
Yes.
kind.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you have any doubt, bro? So anyone have any doubt for this concept?
No.
No, sir.
Okay, so we change the color. So the second step, what with the second step, we need a gap here. Okay, so we need a gap here. So I'm just going to for the direct div, I made this one is the flex. I made this as a flex, so I can use a gap here. The gap is 35 pixel.
I used space between, so that was working.
Yeah,
for
okay.
me.
I will tell you the both way. Okay, the both way I will tell you the both way. So if I come back here, we can have now the gap in between the both containers. Okay, so for three boxes here in between we have a space here, so that is good. So the another way how some people will do, I will do like this way only. Okay, so what some other people do means here, first of all, if you give a flex to that children, it should take all the space are actually what the parent is having. So if you see here, the job wrapper parent is container. Okay, so I made the job wrappers to display flex. It takes the total amount of width what the container is actually holding, right? So that I cannot able to see any gap here, even though if I put justify content space between here, justify content space between does not change anything because already the space got filled. So there is no width to make a gap here. Okay, so I don't know how I don't know how do you made this code. You just take a picture and send me on through the WhatsApp. Okay, so that I can find how the gap came to you. Okay, so here the another
Sir, I did the same thing, but I gave margin.
you give the margin.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I made this box itself separately as
Yeah,
a
what
child.
I now understand. Now I understand what the thing
That's
you
why I
did.
got.
You gave the space between. Okay, and then what you did, you gave a margin like this way, margin right?
Yes,
Margin
like
right
Yes.
is
height with everything I gave for a child, and then I gave space between. That was working.
okay. So once you gave the margin, actually this gap is going to come. I told you if you doing in a flex, you don't want to use a margin. Actually, what is going to happen? This child is going to have a margin here. Okay, you see now this child is going to have a margin. You want to off this margin. How do you do? So you're going to target the last child here, nth child. You're going to give a margin to 0 pixel. In that way only you can off the margin. So this is not a good idea to make a gap. Okay,
Voice is breaking, sir. Is it for only for me or everybody is breaking?
what ma?
Your voice is breaking, sir.
I don't know why. Just 1 minute.
No, no, the voice is proper for me.
My voice is breaking.
No, sir.
No,
I
sir.
think this
Okay.
is from my end.
Okay. So actually what happened here, you gave the justify content space between and you made a margin right to 30 pixel so that you can get a gap in between the two boxes. So this is not actually, now things is actually not like this way working. So I take this margin right and also margin 0. I don't need the margin. So even though if I have not gave the space between here, it actually going to take the full available space of the container. Okay, so you here the margin, actually the space between is not working here. Okay, so because why it is not, why I'm saying here not working means there is no width, so that if there is a width only, the space between is going to align the child, so in between the space how the available space is, but there is no space here, already occupied totally. So how, why should we want to give the space between here? Okay, so this is one rule. So now this is a one way to do this, so we can give the gap of 35 pixels so that we can get a gap. How another people will do? So I'm going to give the child width of width. So totally we have 100% of width, right? So start from here to here, we have 0 to 100%. So each box contains 33% of width here. Okay. So that what I'm going to do now, I'm going to make a width of child is 30%. So now it got filled with 90%. We have remaining 10%. Okay. So now we can have a gap here. You see, there is a 10% of gap next to that last element, last children element, so that now we can able to use a justify content space between. So it's going to give a space in between all the children. Okay, so this is very, I will just make it as a 35 here. So not the 35, I just put it at 32 here, so that we can have a gap in between here. Okay, so this is one way. So I am not following this way to add the justify content space between like that way. So what I do, I'm not going to use this. Okay, the justify content. So I'm just going to use a gap in between all the display flex, so 35 pixel. So in between each gap, each box, we're going to have a gap here. So this is one way. Okay, so now the web view is okay, so everything, the web view is okay. So another, the second thing, what the second thing? So when I make the responsive, so it is not good idea, right? So you see, this is not good. So what I'm going to do here, when I get less than 992 pixel, I'm going to change this box to 1 by 1. Okay, 1 like that way. So this thing will do now. So max width, so the max. Okay, so some people, how that, I will give you the both examples here. Okay, so here what I am going to do, I'm just going to create a at media. Okay, so at media, I just copy and paste it here. I will give you the both way how do I'll also show you what I will follow. Okay, so here this one is 992. So the max width is 992. So when I come to 992, I'm going to change the job wrapper. There is a 3 ways to we can do this. Okay, so job wrapper, what some people will do, they will give a display block here. Okay, so they will do display block. What will happen when I come less than 992? It should make as a display block. Okay, so here what you want to do, you want to target the job wrappers direct div and want to give a margin bottom 30 pixel, so that we can have a gap in between the all these box. So I'm making a margin here. This is one way of doing. How the people will do, they do the flex in web view, and once they come into less than 992 pixel, they are changing a job wrappers to display flex to display block. So basically change to display flex to display block in a default way, default thing. Okay, so this is one way. I'm not going to follow this way. So this is one way. So I just make a command here, one way of doing, one way. So there is another way. So what the another way? So here, second way, I'm just going to target the job wrapper again. Okay, I'm not going to make the things to display block or some kind of things at all. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to use a flex itself. So the flex is very powerful. I actually told you that about the flex direction. You remember? Flex direction, row, column, that things we learned.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so basically this, when I gave a display flex, it's basically the default value flex direction is a row. Okay, so the row is come like a next to each other, 1 2 3 like that way. But if I change that to column, it will come to 1 by 1 into the downside. Okay, so here I'm just going to make a flex direction to column. Okay, so I make a flex direction to column. So now we change it to the column way. So we don't want to give the margin also here. Basically, we create the gap here. So it's going to take this as a space. So if I change this gap here, it should reduce the space in between the boxes. So I'll keep it as a 35 here. So this is another way. I do follow sometimes this kinds of styling of coding. Okay, so this is one way. And another way, the third way. What is the third way? Okay, what actually I do, I just go and create a minimum width. Okay, so at the media, I'm just going to create a minimum width. So basically all elements are block elements, right? So the div is a block element, default value, the div is block element. What I do when I go getting into the min width of 992 pixel, already I will target this here. Okay, I don't want to target again. So min width 992 pixel, when I dragging the screen more than 992 pixel, okay, what should I want to I'm going to do? I'm just going to cut this out, and then I'm going to paste it here. Okay, so this will work. This display flex will work only, not the max width. Sorry. Where is that min width? Where is, yeah, here. This flex will only work when the device is greater than 992 pixel. So if I come back here, there is a default is block. Okay, so the default is block. So if I take the screen to greater than 992, this is now flex. Okay, so there is 3 ways we can do these things, the same thing, but we can do in a 3 ways. So one is what some people will do when in the max width less than 992, they will change that to display block. Another people will do with display flex direction to display direction to column. And one more way is we can create a min width. We can control the parent using in a min width. So this is another way, but this is not going to help you for all the time. Why means, so if your client is saying that when I come to responsive device, this web developer should come into first place, what you will do? Whenever I come to in a responsive mode for the tablet, so this web developer should come into the in the first one, and the product designer is to come to second, and the UX is the third one. So it is in the same place. I want
By
to swap.
using order.
Yeah, so we should want to use an order. To use an order, we need a flex as a parent always in every device, right? I'm just going to make sure to have the flex for every device. Okay, so here what I did. So when I come back to min width 992 pixel, I'm just sorry, the max width. Yeah, so the max width, I'm just changing the job wrapper to flex direction, right? So this is the flex direction. I'm changing the flex direction to column. So now it got changed to the column. So everything is okay. Now I want to swap this children 1 to 2 to 1 and 1 to 2. So what I do? So I just going to target the job wrappers direct div of what I do, I just copy these things. Okay, I just copy this and I paste it here. So now the first child order should be in a 2, and the second one order in a 1, and third one order in a 3 itself. But you want to target all the children when using the order. Okay, you want to give the we want to target all the children like this way. You want to do, even though if the last one is in the same place, even though you want to give like this way. Okay, so remember that. So if I come back here, now this web developer came to 1 and the product designer came to 2. But if I hover this, the product is coming in the first side. Okay, so this is how we can manipulate the children using a flex. Okay, you understand what the concept we did, how these changes are happened today?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what some people will do, okay, even though if even though what some people will do,
Sir,
yeah,
why we need to give compulsory the order 3 for the third one?
yeah, actually you are targeting, if I take this out, okay, I will just command this out. So if I come back here, you see this is not a good, okay, the UX research is coming to the first one top, right? It's not actually working properly because the machine is actually getting confused. So you are not actually targeting this one. So it's actually confusing, so that you want to give the order to the third one also. You want to target all the children. So if I come back here, now it's working properly. So this is the problem what you will face if you're not targeting all the children and not giving a order to the children. Okay,
Okay, sir.
you understand, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. So this is the problem will come. The machine will confuse why this why the order is not included for the third one. So this will happen. So if you command this out, so this will confuse. So this one is working properly here, but here you see that UX research is coming to the top, the first one. So this is not a good way of doing. So always you are using the target, make sure to target all the children, even though the last children is in the same place, no problem. You want to give it the target number. Okay, so that's the problem will come. So this is okay. So what some people will do, even though if they don't know about the order, means what they will do means they will keep another copy like this way. I'm not going to show this. Okay, they will keep another copy like this way. They add some other class here, class for show responsive. So for short form I'll give SR. Okay, so here for show small, this one is show small, and some people will show large. Okay, so when you get into larger screen, they will call this class and they will call this class and they will hide actually. So when we getting to the smaller screen, they will hide this one and they will show this one. So this is not a good way. Don't do like this way of code and all. Okay, so we have a powerful tool in our hand called flex. So we can do whatever we want using in a row way or column way. So thus flex is a good idea to do all the things. Okay, so this is what we learned today. So okay, so you understand what we did now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so today then what the last thing is we want to create this button. Okay, so the button I'm going to make it as a flex here. Okay, because why? Because I need a proper alignment with in flex only we can give a proper alignment. Okay, so that what I'm going to do now, I'm just going here. So now I want to target this div. How can I target? Just explain. Anyone explain, please. So last time I target the job wrapper direct div. So this is the direct div of this. This is the direct div of this div. How can we target this?
By using the paragraph, we can do.
No, not the we use the paragraph concept now here. So how can we target this div? So this is the direct div of this job wrapper, but this div is direct div of this div. How can we target?
We don't use class, we directly use div and then direct div to the
Yeah, so that's
child.
it. Okay, so that's it. So what I'm going to do, so this is the direct div of all the children. So I'm going to target the direct div of that div. Okay, so now I'll just copy and paste it here. So I'm just changing the background color to yellow. So if I come back here, now I target the direct div of that direct div. Okay, so this is the direct div of this div. So I target this job wrapper direct div, and I'm targeting the direct div. This one is the direct div of this div. So that I'm using two greater than symbol here. Okay, so that we targeted. So here I'm going to call it display flex. Then now it got a flex. Okay, so that I can use a gap here. The gap is 25 pixel. So the gap came here. So the thing is, I want to change the first child only for the first child only. I want to change it as a hover effect, the button. Okay, so that I'm just going to target the first child. Okay, the first child. You can use whatever you want, the first child or nth child. For this, I'm going to use a first child. So here I'm going to give a padding of top and bottom is 58 pixel and left and right is 15 pixel. So on the border, okay, the border 1 pixel solid and black. So now we have a, why it's not targeting? Okay, so this one is the Yeva. So directive of the first child. So the first child, directive first child. Wait 1 minute. Background color is yellow. Why it's not targeting direct? Okay, okay, here the direct div of the first child. Okay, we want to target the A element. Okay, so the A. So now it should change to the background color to yellow. Okay, good. So now I want to target the padding to 8 pixel and left and right is 15 pixel. So that Okay, so second step, border is 1 pixel, solid and black. So we got the border here, but the alignment is not good. You see, the alignment is not good. What you will do to make proper alignment? Align item center. Okay, so this is how the flex will work. Okay, the flex is really a great thing. So here, if I give the align center, so this is a proper alignment. You can close your eyes and say to anyone, because we are using a flex. This flex is going to take a proper alignment. Okay, so this is how the flex will help you. So then last thing, we want to make the color to white. So this color should be in a white. Okay, so I need a border radius also. So I'm going to give you a border radius to 15 pixel like this. Okay, so that we can have a border radius also here. So every buttons have now this thing. Okay, so now I want to, when I hover this button, it should change some background color and also the font color. So what I want to do, I'm going to target a job wrapper directive of the A, and I'm going to give you a hover here. This hover takes a background color. When I hover only, okay, the background color to yellow and color to black. Okay, so if I hover the button, it's actually changing. You see, so this is how these things are actually working. So the last step is, okay, everything is good, that's it. Okay, you don't want to change this color and all. Actually, it should be in a white color only, but I change this to like this way. So if you want to change the background color to white like this way, you want to add the border also here. The border color to, you can call this property, and you can give a border color to white like this. So if I hover this, the border color is actually the white, and the hover effect is actually working now. Okay, so you understand how that we created using a flex this today.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so I also need this border curve radius here. Okay, so that I'm going to give the border radius to here. The border radius is totally the 15 pixel, so that we can, I think this is not the direct display flex. Okay, this one here. So now we got the border radius to each and every boxes. Okay, as you may understand. So today, tomorrow, so the last thing is that footer. Okay, so the footer, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to create a section here, another section, not the section. We have a footer, semantic tag. So I can call the semantic tag footer. Here I'm going to give the paragraph. So I just copy and paste it here. So I'm going to target the footer here. Okay, the footer, I'm going to give a text align center. That's it. Okay, I want to give the margin top here. Margin top is margin top, not like this way. What I'm going to do, I'm going to target the job, and I'm going to give the padding. Okay, so the job takes the padding, top and bottom is 50 pixel, left and right is 0 pixel, so that I can have the gap in between the sections. So the last thing, the footer padding, top and bottom is 20 pixel, left and right is 0 pixel, background color is a gray color. Okay, so if we come back here, we can see the footer also got changed here. Okay, this is how we want to create these things. Okay, so this is actually responsive. So if I make this responsive, so this is in a responsive mode, even though in every device it should work. Okay, you see how properly is working. Okay, so everything is good here. So today what you do, go on, make sure just do the same code. Okay, the same design what we did. You just have a reference of my code in one VS Code tab, and just practice this code how we created this today, so that you can able to understand tomorrow what we do. So tomorrow we'll just going to start this web page. Okay, so after the completion this web page, I'm just going to give you another web page to you to make. Okay, so this is a web page. Okay, so tomorrow I will show you how to the hover is actually working. When you hover the solution, you should want to show another links. Okay, the only for the solution pages link. So I will show you that tomorrow. So tomorrow we're going to create this. So tomorrow we're going to create this. How means for the how the professional developer will create this web page. Okay, using how for the if you go and purchase some templates in Envato like this uh, company website, so you will see some different kinds of coding and all in they will do. So the same way we're going to do that tomorrow when we creating this web page. Okay, so be ready tomorrow. Before we going to create this web page, so make sure to practice this website what we created today. Okay, the complete website. So from to the header to the footer. So tomorrow you go and practice this. Make sure to complete this and come tomorrow. Okay, so then only you can able to understand what we going to do in this website, the concept what we going to implement. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I will send the code to you. Okay, now itself I'll send you. Else I will forgot to send. Okay, this one is the Flex web page. So I will stop my recording.